I was recently down in Bali with my iPhone 16 Pro Max shooting some 4K 60 ProRes footage, and as you're probably well aware, you need an external SSD to shoot 4K 60 ProRes footage, and I ended up using this, which is a very minimalistic solution, which also allows me to plug into the rig I've got right here an external mic and even charge it at the same time. And it's the Lexar Go portable SSD, which comes with its own Type-C hub that allows you to plug in accessories. And as I'll show you in this video, it's a very simple, small solution that works really well for your ProRes 4K footage. I'll also show you this, which is another model from Lexar, which by the way are sponsoring this video. It is the SL500. This capacity is 2 terabytes, and it's another simple solution for external storage for your ProRes files. Lexar sent me the 1 terabyte version of the Go, so you can see our read speeds and our write speeds here are very good. So 1050 megabytes per second for the reads, 1000 for our writes. And it's USB 3.2 Gen 2 that. Now it is IP65, so getting a little bit of water, a bit of splashes on this or some snow or something is not going to be a problem. 1 terabyte capacity, but it also goes up to 2 terabytes. They did also send me this, which is the SL500. I'll show you this one just a little bit in the video. This is if you want something that doesn't come with that little USB hub, which I think is the most handiest feature. But if you just want the storage, then this one is faster. You can see up to 2000 reads, and then 1800 megabytes per second for the writes, and it's got a magnetic case, and that will hold it onto the back with MagSafe here. And this one's 2 terabytes as well, so a nice size for plenty of that ProRes 60 frames per second footage. Included, we get this nice little pouch here. They've got a quick start guide there for the Go portable hub and then our Go SSD. So same thing, quick start and warranty guide. And what is included? Well, inside the pouch, you'll find we've got our accessories here. And the key to it all is this, the little tiny hub. So this has a very good build quality to it, made out of aluminium. We have the additional ports on this. So this is the one that plugs into the SSD. We have a power port, and you can also plug in some accessories. So it gives us plenty of options. That is where the SSD is going to plug in if you're just going to be using it, which I'll show you that SSD right here. And how I have this set up is going to be part of this video too. Now you'll find it in this little hard case, just to keep it all safe there. We have these, so labels. They've given us some additional labels. Great if you're working on various different projects and perhaps you have 3 or 4 of these, then you're able to quickly write down whatever the content is going to be so you don't get yourself mixed up with that. Now look at how small this is. Just like I showed you in the intro there, it's absolutely tiny, but it has 1 terabyte that I've got here. But as I showed you just before with the box, that it goes up to 2 terabytes you can get for our Go SSD. Now this is where it's going to plug into the hub. And I'll show you the setup too with my rig very shortly, so you can see it just slots in there. And so light and really high quality, this particular setup here. So what else do we get included? Well, they do have this. So there's a cold shoe mount. So this gives us a little bit more options here with a Type-C to Type-C connection with that. And then right in here, I have 2 other things inside the pouch. So we have a little strap right there. And we've got 2 180 connectors. One is Type-C to Type-C male, and the other is Type-C female to Type-C male. So that just sits on the back there, very neat and tidy, but of course not as small as the Go. Now the magnet's taking care of that, so that's held in place. And what about now, what kind of times am I going to get? Because before with just the 4K, 30 frames per second, I could only shoot 30 minutes. And if I turn on now ProRes, which is on, I've got 295 minutes now with the 2 terabytes of storage, and if I select here 60, that is now giving 147 minutes. That's a big improvement there on recording time. And 4K 120, I get 73 minutes now, and you just simply press record, and of course that file, the ProRes files, are going to be then on the external storage. So very simple. So for most people, it'll just be a run and gun, plug it in, and then you can start recording just like that. And it's fairly basic, really quick to set up. That's just plug it in. It's like 1 or 2 seconds. However, you probably want to use what they did include, and that is a 180-degree adapter. So this is the female to male one. You want to plug in, of course, that to the female, and then we can slot that in like so, and it gives us almost like a grip here. Makes it a bit more comfortable when shooting, and it's super light, nice and tidy. Extra terabyte there, absolutely fantastic. And note that Lexar has left this gap here for cases. So that is good of them to be thinking ahead. So let's have a look at what kind of time we do get. Now with the ProRes, I'll turn that on, ProRes, and I want ProRes at 60 frames per second. So I get, with my current state of storage available, 73 minutes. That's quite a lot there. So I can hit record now, and there we are recording at ProRes 4K 60, and then preview that as straight on that SSD. Can preview that right there, and I'll just remove that. So that is a fairly simple setup, but what if you wanted external mics? And this is where the hub is going to come in. Now you can use it now. You don't need to use a rig that I'm going to be showing you with it. So we get then the Go hub, and you plug that into our Go SSD. Fits in there really snug too, by the way. This is not loose. It's not going to fall out. You put in the special connector so you can't confuse them because it has this special way it's going to slot in. It will only slot into this. That gives us an empty Type-C port there for an external mic, which is really good. And this one here for charging, and that of course slots into the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which I will do now. So that's just going to slot into the back there, and you can use it like so. And we've got the SSD here. You can now charge, plug in that external mic. But to go a step further, this is where I'm going to use a holder there, like a rig now, which is going to be a bit easier for me to get more steady shots out of this because I've got the two handles either side. So this is just going to slot in here like so. So with this now, my shots are going to be more steady. It's a very professional, clean looking setup, having now the Go SSD, the 1 terabyte there. And what I'll be using for the mic, for the wireless audio, is this here. So I have a DJI Mic 2, very good audio with this wireless. It's 32-bit float audio that you can get with the single mic here that I have, and a bit of wind filtering, something that an iPhone doesn't have. So this is going to be a lot better, the audio quality, than the typical built-in iPhone mics, which, let's face it, even though with the iPhone 16 Pro Max they improved them, they're still not ideal. So to get this plugged in, we've got that Type-C port here on the side, right? So you can just simply slot this in and support it a little bit when you do this. Push it in and it will clip into place there. So now we have the wireless receiver, the transmitter here that you can put now on to yourself, onto your jacket, your shirt or whatever, and you've got that professional audio. But what if you wanted to go a step further? Maybe you wanted a directional mic, you don't like wireless mics, even though this one's really high quality. Well, I'll show you how I can do that now too as well, and even charge at the same time. So this here is a Rode video mic, and it's a directional microphone. So it's going to, again, give me superior audio versus the built-in microphones. Super large wind filter on this. So if you are in windy conditions, that's going to really improve the audio. And it's a directional mic. So it's only bringing in the sound from what is directly in front of it. So it's great for interviewing someone and not getting the sounds from the side or behind you. So I've just got it mounted with a adapter here, cold shoe, that slots into my rig. And we have a 3.5mm to Type-C adapter, and that's plugged into the side there of the Go hub. Now, if I wanted to improve my lighting, perhaps I am in poor lighting conditions, then I've got something like this. It's a portable little light that I just picked up from Amazon, and I can screw that there into place. So that's going to give me improved lighting, and I can go a step further, and that is to charge all of this at the same time. So with that one remaining Type-C port, I can then plug this in, okay, and I just felt the vibration then from the iPhone 16 Pro Max that it is charging now at the same time. So I have the external mic, far superior audio, I've got improved lighting now with an LED here, and I have, of course, the 1 terabyte of the Go external storage to now be shooting ProRes 4K 60. The Lexar Go SSD can be used with a gimbal, but in my case here with this particular gimbal, I could not use the Go hub because it simply wouldn't fit. But other gimbals, you might be lucky and get away with being able to fit that and then include your accessories. The Lexar Go portable SSD, a great little SSD there. I love the size of it, excellent build quality, and up to 2 terabytes. So plenty of room there for those 4K 60 ProRes files that you'll be recording. Now my rig here, I do like this because it's a very lightweight kind of setup here. You've got the grips either side that does allow me to get quite a bit of stability when filming. I have the directional mic on at the moment, but depending on the situation, I would probably swap over to that wireless mic that I showed you before. External light does help boost my lighting. I don't want to be recording in low light environments where you could perhaps get a little bit of noise or grain to the video. This will help boost that. And this particular model that I'm using here, it's from Small Rig. It has adjustable white balance and brightness, so it's perfect addition to add to a setup like this. Now that Type-C hub makes things very simple for connecting up these external microphones, and I can even charge at the same time. And I love the fact that the Go can just be plugged straight into your iPhone. If you don't want all of this, you can simply just plug it straight in there, and it's keeping things very simple, very basic, and yet you've got that very high-speed storage. And removing the files easy, just plug them in. Now, if you wanted something that's a bit bigger, larger capacity, well, this is 2 terabytes. You also can get 2 terabytes with the Go. However, it's faster storage, so you can shoot the 4K 120 frames per second. Then there's this option, the SL500, that I've briefly shown you in this video. So thank you so much for watching this video on the Lexar Go portable SSD for the iPhone 16 Pro Max.